problem. ProWrestlingScoops.com/chat. Get to the live chat room right now. Hopefully that brings some more people in. So,
for sure.
All right, here we go. Moving on to Monday Night Raw.
We'll try to get through this as painless as possible.
As painless as possible, man. I was going to do Strike Force first, but we put them through all that shit. Nonsense, nothing.
They want wrestling, they want Raw.
They want wrestling, so I guess we got to put them through Raw. All right,
give them Raw, baby.
Give it to Oh, that was fun. All right, here we go. All right, so last night, man, what'd you think, top to bottom, man? We're gonna run it down. We're gonna get through Raw and Strike Force, and then in hour number 2, it's gonna be all news, rumors, and phone calls. So that's where it's gonna get good. I hate running down Raw, bro. I hate
it too.
I fucking hate it. Every week, I just can't stand going. So we're gonna skip around. We're just gonna do it like we did last week.
Yes, we just gotta knock this out in 10 minutes.
No, fuck it. Fuck it. Here we go. So top to bottom, my man, which think?
Overall, man, well, you know how I feel about Raw. Overall, it takes a lot for me to watch the programs, but I always do. It wasn't that bad, but you know what I mean, it's Raw, you know.
It's pretty fucking bad, dude. It was pretty bad.
It's the thing with them, man, is it's just we need longer matches, you know. I mean, these matches are so freaking short. It's like a soap opera.
It's always been like that, you know. When they're on TV, I mean, you get that at the pay-per-views. You'll get that 20-25 minute main event, and matches will be given some time. But you're on. I mean, you got to remember, Monday Night Raw is a 2-hour show, right? 2 hours and 7 minutes, whatever, with the overrun, right? But out of those 2 hours, I mean, you've got like 55 minutes of actual time. You know what I mean? And the rest is commercials, and the rest is video packages and everything else. So you've got to fit all the backstage segments and all the matches. What is there, usually 5 or 6 matches on a
and you're talking about 15 minutes of total wrestling.
Yeah, well, you're talking about 6 matches times what, 5 minutes apiece? There's 30 minutes right there.
Oh, some of them, man, are like 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, but other ones are 10 or 12 minutes. You know, I mean, it equals itself out. You've only got 55 minutes or so you've got about 30 minutes of wrestling, and then you've got 20 minutes of backstage segments, and then all the rest are video packages and commercials. You know what I mean? So
you said it was awful. I said it was decent. So let's.
All right. Let's run down top. We had we opened it up. Sheamus comes out and basically calls the American fans spoiled, and
cry until they get what they want.
Right, and basically the deal here is the general manager, he emails him and basically brings out a throne on stage, which was completely pointless. Well, you know what? The thing is, this general manager seems to be catering towards the heels. Didn't want Bret Hart in a match last week.
He's usually remember he had that handicap match like all Nexus on John Cena.
Right. It's just he's pro heels, and that leads me to believe. I'm almost positive that Triple H is coming back as a heel when he returns, and it would just make perfect sense for them to put him in this angle. And the fact that the GM is now catering to the heels is a sign that if Triple H were to return as a heel, it would make perfect sense. This would be his angle, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
And not only that, but I mean, depending on when they want to bring him back, I mean, he's not going to be ready for in-ring action for another 2-3 months.
Mm-hmm. You know, my whole thing with that, bro, is, I think I told you this before, I would just as good as Triple H probably would be as the leader of Nexus, that's really going to put Wade Barrett on the back burner, and I think Wade Barrett's doing a pretty good job with everything being thrown at him, you know, and I'd rather just see him stay the leader of, you know, Nexus and not have a big name come in.
Well, I think Nexus is eventually going to disband, and then, it may come sooner than later, you know what I mean,
I've been hearing by October it's supposed to be done, but...
Right, well, I put that up on the website, you know, and I mean, it's, here's the thing with the NXT concept, okay? Mm-hmm. You've had NXT Season 1, NXT Season 2, you've already taken a good chunk, basically, for NXT Season 1, they took the best talents out of FCW and they called them up, okay? For NXT Season 2, they took the best talents and called them up. FCW is pretty drained right now, as far as you've got to understand that these talents are being called up to national television. Okay, and you've already taken, 14 talents from FCW, 14 of their best talents from FCW, so it's a matter of, you're almost out of guys that you can call up. I mean, basically everybody else down in FCW right now, there's no point in putting them on TV because they're just so green. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
It's a matter of how long. I'm not saying that NXT is going to be canceled as a whole, because Sci-Fi is fairly happy with those ratings. It's just a matter of
having the talent.
Having the talent or going a different direction when you run out of talent.
Yeah. And
so,
and the other thing with that, man, is it's like, it's really, I mean, the one thing that's really hurting it, in my opinion, and hurting a bunch of these storylines, and especially the whole NXT thing, in my opinion, is WWE, like we talk about every week, they have really no direction. They're week to week, and, I mean, who knows? I mean, every week it's something different, so, it could just be, it could just ruin this whole thing,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens,
And the thing, though, is it's like, when Nexus first came in, everybody was like, oh my god, this is going to be a huge storyline, and, WWE built this up, and then it seems like, they just totally lost confidence in pretty much their creative's best idea, you know what I mean?
That's what happens when you go week to week, you know what I mean? I mean, things are constantly changing. Like, there was an angle on Raw last night with the Nexus. We'll get it down once we go through. Basically, there was an angle where the general manager rang in and said that the Nexus crew is no longer banned from title matches. And there was an angle to be made out of that, and all of a sudden, poof, just like that, it's gone, And it's just, I mean, things are constantly changing, you know what I mean? And like you said, I mean, even your thing with the Nexus, everybody was so, I mean, when this first started, ratings, didn't we have a 3.5?
Yeah.
Or was it a 3? No, it was the 3.5, right?
3.5 or 3.6, one of the two.
And now we're down to a 3.2, and you had SummerSlam 2 weeks ago, and the rating continued to fall the night after SummerSlam. You know,
I mean, you might not agree with me on this one, but I think I said this before too. Nexus, I mean, how bright they looked, and I thought that WWE had such a golden opportunity to give Nexus the rub at SummerSlam, but instead they pretty much just put John Cena over again.
The thing about it is when the Nexus angle ends, okay, who are the guys that, when the Nexus disbands, all right, and they go their separate ways, who are the guys that are going to stick around?
I'm thinking Wade Barrett.
Wade Barrett is 100%, without a doubt.
I'm thinking before the ankle injury, I thought Skip Sheffield was a lock.
Right.
I thought the thing, and the other thing with the rest of those guys there is, like you said, in some spots they're green. Sometimes either one guy has it in the ring but doesn't have it on the mic, doesn't have the look, or one guy has the look but he don't have the skills. In the ring or on the mic. So it's the rest of those guys are, they have their big flaws.
Couldn't have said it better myself, man. Like Justin Gabriel has the in-ring work, but the promo skills just ain't there.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And also, like, really, I mean, kind of like the look, he kind of looks like a scared little guy,
Yeah, he doesn't have that look well, Skip Sheffield is one that does have that look, though. I've always said that Skip Sheffield, if they wanted to, he just reminds me of Steve Austin, He just reminds me, he's just got that look, and he's a pretty good talker. Alex Riley, my man, from NXT Season 2, I'll tell you what, man, I said this ages ago with The Miz, that The Miz is going to be a star. Alex Riley is going to be a star.
I haven't really got to watch NXT Season 2 that much, so I haven't really seen him in the ring, but just from the little bit of, mic work and, on camera talking that he did, what was that, last week's Raw, I thought he was pretty good on the mic. I haven't seen him in the ring. Is he good?
He is amazing on the mic, and in-ring, we haven't seen much of him in-ring, but goddamn, man, I mean, on the mic, that kid has got it, man, and the fact that they've paired him with The Miz, who is, I mean, being shot to the moon right now, basically, as far as this push is concerned, it's good news for Alex Riley. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it is. I mean, they're almost R Sizzle 09 in the chat says Alex Riley reminds me too much of The Miz, and I agree with that 100. Well, yeah, it's a good thing. It's definitely a good thing, and I agree with it 100%. I mean, they've got that cocky smirkiness, and
that's what gets over to the crowd. So, and that's what you got to be.
That's it. You know, they want you to hate these guys, and Alex Riley, man, he's got it. You know,
and really, man, I've been hating on Raw a little bit, but today I took like a really good look at some of the younger guys that they got, and some of these guys that they can build up, and they might go through a little rough patch right now, but I think they got a pretty bright future, WWE with those guys, eventually being eventers.
Well, yeah, there's always going to be younger guys that are coming into promotions. There's always going to be that guy that's the young guy, and he's going to be an up and comer. And you can see that WWE, especially WWE right now, is in that mode of building these future stars. I mean, we talked about it earlier with age is always the question. And guys like Miz, John Cena is still young.
Randy Orton's still young,
is young, and these guys were, God, not that long ago. Well, Cena and Orton have been around, but there's just younger guys. Like, I don't follow SmackDown that much, but I mean,
Kofi Kingston and
Cody Rhodes and
Drew McIntyre.
Ted DiBiase and Drew McIntyre. These are all young guys. I mean, they are on a youth movement right now, and you can clearly see that.
And another thing, I mean, I don't know if you agree with me here, but I personally think Daniel Bryan's going to be the next Kurt Angle.
Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, I mean, in-ring wise.
That's another thing with Daniel Bryan. He doesn't have the look that WWE is normally looking for, but I mean, there are people. He's got supporters within that company. John Cena being one of them. Shawn Michaels was trained by Shawn Michaels. He's got supporters within that company. So the interesting thing, man, is I was going to say this for hour number 2. Tyler Black from Ring of Honor. This will be interesting, man. He's got, for those of you guys that have never seen Tyler Black or have never seen him talk, he's got a bad lisp. Okay, really, really bad lisp, and I don't know how that's going to go over. He's amazing, in-ring skills, amazing, but that lisp, I mean, it just smells like it just smells like rib all the time, bro.
They're gonna have to make him like Goldberg. Then they're gonna have to make him like that non-talking at all. You know what I mean? Just give that stare and walk away or something. Cause
TNA up in the chat room says Tyler Black versus Jack Swagger.
Oh shit.
I mean, that would be the battle of the lisp right there. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Tyler. God, I love Tyler Black, bro, but I don't know, man.
Speaking of Swagger, though, man, what the hell happened to him? Going from champion to jobbing for MVP?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I know. That's another thing. I'll be at SmackDown next Tuesday night, man, and I'm not going to have half a clue